Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're back here again at GoodWood racing again for my go-karting series. Hopefully this time I don't corrupt my file or accidentally or whatever delete my race footage, but we'll see how that goes. I'm really kind of still bummed out about that whole situation, and so you guys might be sending me things about how to re-get my files or whatever. But if you're watching this video, I've already re-recorded over my memory card or SD card, so that footage is definitely lost forever. I attempted to get it back, but you guys already heard about how I try to do that, so we'll move on from there. Anyways, today I guess we'll be teching my race 2. I'm kind of just jumping around on like days to go. Like I've been going, my last one was on a Sunday morning, today's a Sunday evening. If I get like a rain day during the week, I'll probably end up going on a rain day during the week just because of my work schedule is insane. I work basically all week and then maybe Saturdays, and because of autocross and Sundays and stuff, it's kind of a shamble of days and it's kind of a mess. But anyways, so we're here on Sunday. We'll see how we can do. I don't want to talk too much because really talking is kind of boring. Kind of just do a quick introduction. We want to see the action because last week we didn't see any action. We only saw me get my second place, which was fantastic. Today it kind of rained a little bit in the morning, but it should be pretty fine right now. There's not anything up. It's kind of, the skies are clearing up. They have like these like not the rental carts, like the kind of like the fun carts people use, like with the big hoops in the back, and the ones like families go to drive. So those are kind of ripping around the track right now. Hopefully they'll disperse some of the water, so it's not too bad. My mom cranked the AC for a couple of days straight on like cold days, so I kind of had a little bit of sniffles. So hopefully that doesn't affect me racing. It shouldn't. I feel pretty good besides that. So let's see how we can do. I have a buddy actually coming later to come finally watch. If you guys remember Anthony from my videos, it's his younger brother. Actually the guy who I've met first, because he's my age, and it's kind of a whole story. Maybe one day I'll explain like how I'm related to like that whole family essentially now. But yeah, anyways, I might walk the track. We'll see how that goes, but we're just gonna get dressed quickly and I'll see you guys in practice. And wow, would you look at that? Does it feel great to be back here recording in my bedroom over some good old karting footage? Now it's good to be back. I haven't been doing this in a long time, and it definitely feels weird but good at the same time to be doing this again. But let's just enjoy me being back for the first time on my YouTube channel, posting some 2022 content here in the go-kart, actually getting back into the go-kart, having fun again here. I really did miss it. I know I said that already, but I really did miss it in a weird, strange way. I really missed it. It's kind of weird talking to yourself, recording in your bedroom, especially when like your siblings and parents walk around wondering what you're doing in your bedroom, just talking to yourself. But they all kind of realize what I do now, so it gets kind of funny. But new year, same old problems, right behind a back marker, right again. We get really close to this guy actually here coming into practice, and I don't quite understand in practice why, well, I kind of do. I don't understand why they don't let the faster guys pass you in practice, or the slower guys don't let the quicker guys pass in practice. Maybe it's just because hey, maybe I can learn to defend kind of thing, or maybe I guess it's practice. They're trying to practice, you know, defending, stuff like that. So I guess it does kind of make sense now that I'm talking to myself saying it. But yeah, it's kind of annoying for me trying to get some decent practice lapping. But he clearly doesn't understand the 7A, 7B corner. I was able to pass him around the outside, so it was pretty cool. Quick little thing there. I kind of showed him, just, you know, get out of my way. I'm quicker than you. I can find a way to get around you. So just, you know, let me get my practice laps in. Like, I want practice for qualifying. When I say qualifying lap, and that was pretty much all practice 1 was, without showing you my outing lap. But in practice 2, oddly, I'll show you my outing lap, which is kind of weird. If you notice quickly, if my left hand, my hand slides down, and the reason for that is this year, for some reason, I've been having a really tough time with the seats, the slider specifically, because the pins don't really like to stay in, and they like to slide out and push back as you're driving. So for someone like me who's short and little and has to have the seat pretty much pushed all the way forward, or else I have no possible way of like having a proper driving seat position and driving even all the way forward in some of the carts, because some of them just feel bigger. It doesn't feel close enough, which is kind of funny, but then it's fine. But what I realized like later on in the season, I'm saying it now because I'm probably gonna forget when I record it later on, is some gunk actually happens to get stuck in the actual pins of like the holes in the rail where the pin goes in. So that's, I think, what the main reason is. My last race I had one of the guys pick it out for me, and it kind of helped out. Yeah, that's pretty much it. If you can't notice, I'm really sitting really forward. The part where like that lump in the middle of the seat where like your crotch is supposed to be to hold you in, I'm actually currently sitting on that because the seat was so far back I wouldn't actually be able to touch the pedals. So that's kind of how it ended practice 2. I kind of just jumped out of the qualifying practice completely. I was like, I can't sit in this cart right now. It's not going to happen. I'm going to get into an accident or hurt somebody or even hurt myself possibly. So we're just going to jump right into qualifying. Now, qualifying was really nerve-wracking because I was just really nervous that I wasn't going to be able to get a good enough lap to qualify at all because this is one of my qualifying. Well, I qualified quite well actually at my last event, so I was kind of nervous. I'm like, oh, can I beat that, or can I do just as well qualifying to see what I could do, and we'll see how that goes. But the first turn here, I was able to hit the apex pretty well. I'm slowly getting better at turn 4. I'm actually learning slowly that you don't need to brake really pretty much at all for turn 4 much. Slowly learning that as I'm going on. I'm braking less and less, and then on the days that are really hot, like when the track guys are out who have like brand new sticky tires, I'm actually able to not brake for any of the corners, which is kind of crazy. And on the hot days here in Canada, sometimes in the summer they get pretty hot, you actually don't have to brake for any of the corners at all, which is kind of funny. And some of the corners you can actually stay flat and just kind of huck it in and be pretty good. I learned that from one of my other buddies that I actually met last year, but I actually started getting to know a lot better this year. His name is Alex, very cool guy. He's actually taught me quite a bit. Between him and Joey, I've actually learned quite a lot this year, and I've gone a lot faster because of that. Here I get into quite a bit of traffic, and I partially think this is my fault and partially their fault because they won't let me pass in qualifying. But what I really should have been doing in my first lap is warm up the tires really well, like going on the outside, try to warm them up, and then try to do something, then try to have some sort of a gap and go for a proper lap. Like here, what I did was I actually said, screw it, I'm gonna and kill this lap. I don't need this right now, so I kind of slowed down right after turn 7 A and B, and then after let the guy go and went for it. So here we're actually going for our flying lap. This actually ends up being our quickest lap of the day. The guy is ahead of me, he's quite close, but he's actually able to keep some sort of a pace that I'm actually able to go full tilt and not actually catch him, which is actually pretty good. Also, this turn here, turn 6, you really don't need to brake at all. As long as you lift a little bit, have your right rear tire touch the curb just ever so slightly to help you turn in, you don't have to brake at all, and on a hot day you can actually keep it planted the entire time. And with him being right in front of me like that, I was like, I don't care if I touch him, I'm just gonna go into the slipstream and see what can happen. And right there, that is the end of qualifying. So we just finished qualifying, and boys, P1. That's what I like to see. We did it, P1. We're still on first. We gotta calm down though because we still have to do the race. We haven't won the race yet. We haven't even done the race yet, so we never know if we're gonna come first, second, or last. So we gotta keep our tits on low right now. I know I'm swearing a little bit, but I'm excited. So qualified first. I felt really good in the cart. Felt like ridiculous. I don't want to say like I knew I qualified first, but when I came out of the pits, I turned off my GoPro before, but my buddy was here. I was like looking at him, I was nodding my head. He was nodding at me. I just thought he was like, yeah man, you're like fast as hell, right? But no, he was like, no, dude, you qualify first, because the guys we're hanging out with, they all have the app that they provide here to show what you qualify, or like your lap times. I'm probably gonna download that app later because it turns out it's actually completely free. You don't have to pay for anything. So I don't know if I mentioned that last time, but yeah, so we're probably gonna get that app just so I don't have to run to like the paper here and there, and I can get like the times instantly. Yeah, so I just want to check my time. I feel good, just gotta be composed. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do for the start. A little nervous, but come to the territory. Let's see if we can come home with a P1, baby. So here we go, race time. This is again first race of the year that I actually get to share with you guys here. Race 1 was kind of a sham because, of course, you know, I made a big mistake. I'm just gonna quickly speed up my parade lap to get us ready for the actual race. Obviously the guy in first in this situation is me, has to set a pace lap, so without a safety car pretty much, just like how F1 does it. Set a certain pace to get to the beginning of the race, and they have the yellow flag in front of the green, and once he removes it, there it is, and we're off. Lap 1. Now, to say that I was nervous was an understatement, because I felt really good in the cart, and I was like, well, if I feel really good in the cart, that means I should be doing well, and I always want to make myself do well. From what I learned from other people, turn 1 on stuff like this, you really shouldn't be taking it so defensively. You really should be taking it more like in a regular line, because it is actually quicker to go on the outside in these carts than to go on the inside, because momentum is so strong in the carts. Like, actually the outside is actually sometimes quicker than going on the inside, which is kind of weird. In one of my other races that you might see in the future, you'll notice that. But if you see there, the last turn right there, I make a huge mistake and lose a lot of momentum, dropping my tire in the last corner. And if you look on my left or right over here, there's the guy in second place, and I kind of lost too much momentum onto the main straight. He obviously carried way more momentum because he didn't drop a tire. Me going on the inside here, you can see I was like, oh, maybe I can pull something off, but like I said before, outside is usually kind of quicker because you're able to carry more momentum, and especially in karts like this where they don't really have much power. I think these are like 7 horsepower motors. There's nothing really there. It's really all momentum, and me making this little mistake, losing more momentum, kind of screws me on the main straight again. Now, not only am I trying to fight back for my first place, I'm also worried about the guy in third trying to take my position, trying to pass me as well. And that got me really nervous because I was like, well, today was going really well qualifying first, and now I'm kind of almost losing it, almost gonna finish third, maybe fourth. Like, who knows what's gonna happen. I was getting actually really nervous about this, but I had to tell myself, hey, we gotta calm down, we can hold second and we can fight for first, this can come back. And slowly, as you can see, I am catching up to the guy. I do think I was quicker than him. In general, I definitely did qualify, I think, slightly better than him. It was only about maybe, I think it was just about 2/10 I would qualify quicker than him. So we were right there with each other, which was kind of crazy. But yes, so we were quicker than him. So that's what kind of like kept me like motivated to keep fighting with this guy. And I thought for sure I can maybe pass this guy here, maybe somewhere. So we're just gonna keep trying to stay behind him, build up some momentum, get some pace, try to stay behind him while we're also trying to run away from the guy in third, who is slowly staying with us. Like, obviously we aren't the quickest guys in the world, so we're able to keep a pace. Also, I seem to notice that my race pace is usually much quicker than my actual qualifying. I'm actually, in some races you'll see in the future, I'm actually able to go like almost like a second quicker in the race than I am during qualifying, which is very odd. Also, if you notice, I kind of drop another tire in the last turn. Again, I'm going a little bit too much on the inside. I think I should go a little bit wider. I'm just getting nervous. I think all it is just the nerves, especially on that lap 1. I wasn't scared, stuff like that. But I am trying really hard to stay right behind this guy. I'm right with him. We're right beside each other. He's slowing down. I'm able to catch up to him right here. I do make a mistake coming up. I believe it's on turn 4, so we'll see that in a minute. See, he's able to go a little bit wider, carry a little bit more speed, and kind of run away from me just a little bit. But pretty much everywhere, we're pretty much on par with each other. I was kind of hoping he would make a mistake of some sort and let me pass him, but unfortunately that doesn't really happen. Here on lap 6, there's 2 laps to go. I'm just trying to keep my head tucked as much as I can, just to cut as much drafting away from me, and I get kind of close to him, and I think about making a move here, which was kind of dumb, and kind of lets the guy in third get right beside me and almost have him pass me, which would have been really bad. He gets a little bit on the inside, but like I mentioned before, being on the outside makes you able to carry a little bit more momentum. So I was able to keep my position like that, and I didn't know this actually quite yet. I actually learned that in a couple races later on from my buddy Joy. Again, I dropped the tire there again in the last corner. It's something, I don't know what it was. I don't really do that much at all. It was just this race. I was just really nervous, and I kept doing that for some reason. And I watched this video over and over, and I don't understand why. And as I'm on the racetrack afterwards, like editing this video and after this race, I stopped pretty much doing that completely. But it's the last lap, last couple corners. I'm on his butt. I'm right on his butt. I should have really went wider here and tried to go on the outside of him to maybe get the inside of the turn 7 here, but he really just was too far ahead of me, and I really couldn't do anything about it. And by the time you get to the last turn here, unless you're right beside the guy, you're really not going to be able to get the momentum to pass him, and that's kind of how the race goes. We finished second place, and yeah. All right, well, sometimes that's just how the cookie crumbles, I guess. I don't think I got too cocky in the race. I think it was more me just being nervous because I made a couple dumb mistakes, dropping my tire in the last turn because I kept looking back. I was too focused on the people behind me than the guys in front of me, especially in a turn like that. I really shouldn't have been paying attention because you have to go on the inside anyways. I lost a ton of time doing that, and I made a couple other mistakes trying to get a little too aggressive. I actually almost ended up in third because I tried doing a dive bomb in turn 4, which was kind of dumb. I don't think I should have done that, but probably could have made a move somewhere else, maybe turn 5. I think it would have been a little bit better, but oh well. But we did okay. We could have done better. I just got nervous, and that's one thing I need to work on is my nerves. I was crazy nervous in the kart before the race started. It's unfortunate, but you live and you learn. I mean, I could have gone a lot worse. I qualified first, so I think I get a point for that, and I also finished second, so I get decent points out of it. I've come second twice, so for the standings itself, I think that's pretty good. So we'll see. I'm not doing too bad, but you know what? I think a lot compared to like last year, if you even want to consider last season how I drove, I'm like literally, I think the percentage is probably like 1,000% like improvability. I don't know what the percentage would be, but last year for me spinning out, crashing, this and that, like not even knowing how to drive, compared to now me like actually like properly competing for like a first position, it's kind of insane. I'm kind of happy to see that progress that I'm making with the kart. Again, these videos are just for me, just to watch like my the way I progress throughout the years. I know my first episode got screwed because I'm a big dumb idiot, but it is what it is. But there's a bunch of highs to take from it. Qualify first, finish second. I can't really ask for more from that from my second season here. I'm very what's crazy is that I'm competitive, and that's the best part about the whole thing. So anyways, I guess we'll leave it there. Thank you guys for watching, thanks for subscribing, and we'll see you guys at the podium ceremony.
Third place, we have Adam.
That's why I don't know if you saw me in the corner. I was like, you're good, bro. Just like, don't spin out. I keep going on.